So you should have 4 different colors.
I have 2 different colors. I want to take these ones now.
Total of 8 gummy worms.
Can you try to swap me the blue ones? I'll give you the purple one.
Right now, just sitting on your table, sitting in your plate, which is going to be similar to like a cell.
I already made it.
What
Why did you say
phase are we in right now? First, what are these gummy worms? What do they represent?
Chromosomes.
They're your chromosomes. And what phase are we in by how the chromosomes are situated?
Prophase 1.
We are not
Interphase.
in prophase 1. We are in what phase?
Interphase.
We're in interphase. How do you know?
Because they're randomized. They're all paired.
They aren't paired up. They're just sitting there randomly.
Aren't paired?
We are in interphase. And we have 2 of each gummy worm. That means we've already copied our DNA. 2 of each. Already copied our DNA. But they're not exactly paired up. So to move to prophase 1, what do we have to do? When we move to prophase 1, they do what?
They cross over.
Well, not yet. First off, they have to what?
Connect.
They have to pair up. And remember, these are homologous. What does that mean?
Oh, the same.
The same, which means when you pair them up, make sure they are paired up with the same type of gummy worm, with the same color matching. Green with green, red with red, yellow with yellow, pink with pink, light blue with light blue, dark blue with dark blue, etc. Make sure that they are paired up with like and like. You do not need 4 of each color. What?
One of my gummy worms is like this, and the other one's like this. That's what I want
Yeah. Then, now you
He's like 200 pounds. And he's like 5 foot. No, you're true. He's like, yeah, I know, he's not that big. Yeah, that's not small. My dad doesn't even do it.
everyone have their like with like. Wonderful. So once you have like with like, what is the next thing that will happen during prophase 1?
They cross over.
They will join together, side by side, and we get crossing over. What will happen during crossing over?
Stuff.
They like go to like
This looks great.
They do what?
they lose one part and they switch parts.
They switch parts. So how that's going to look?
Oh, I see what you're doing.
What are we
I
doing?
see.
We are crossing over.
So like, all of them? No, you don't have balance.
We are swapping parts.
Do I gotta do that?
The guts are everywhere.
No, because then they're not here.
So swap parts.
Yeah. Why do you eat these? That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter how many times you swap the parts. I'm probably going to do once or twice every set of gummy worms. Oftentimes this would happen hundreds of times across your chromosomes. That's what makes you completely unique. It's not a, well, it's going to swap 3 or 4 times, so I have about a 1 in 100 chance of being a clone if my parents had a bunch of kids. It swaps so many times that it's in the billions of billions of billions of billions of billions and much higher than that chance that it would combine in the same way. So you are never going to combine in the same way.
You never read together to make these pineapples smell nasty.
We will swap one more time.
No. Look at mine. Look how cool mine is. Why do you have the same color?
One is shorter than the other, but that's it. No, really.
So there we go. It crossed over one more time. I did it twice. You cross over as many times. Make sure you are still matching up light with light. You'll notice I swapped head for head, tail for tail. They all are swapping equal parts.
Oh no, I'm just going.
Oh, so I should.
So two just swap and put together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allie, it's not that serious. You don't gotta make them look that good. You're like, mine's the best way if you have two heads. Like, look, three different bellies. It's okay. Chicago Bears. Everybody used to think I was named for the Chicago Bears. Oh, they are. No, that's but my family does like the Chicago Bears. God, that's the Chicago Cubs. Why are you fingering my word? Anthony Rizzo plays the Chicago Cubs. Not the Bears. The Cubs are a baseball team, aren't they? Yes. And the Bears are a football team. I know the Bears are. I don't know if you guys talk about baseball or yeah. Mom ran over to his phone. Yeah. Two backwards.
So you should still have 8 chromosomes when you are done.
Yes.
After crossing over, our next step is what?
Line up in the middle.
So what phase would that be?
Metaphase. One metaphase.
Metaphase 1.
How did I just guess that? I'm gonna spin your
Metaphase 1 is our next step.
Okay, so this is what we took a test over. All this stuff.
No, we took it over mitosis. This is meiosis. Same general stages, but more of them and different things happen in each of them. How are we going to line up in metaphase 1?
In the middle.
In the middle, how?
Equator.
Like this.
Like this.
So I want to line them up like this, right?
Yeah, all gonna fit.
Solve. Problem solved.
So like that?
No.
How should we?
Like that.
Like
that, Evans, I think. No, that. Oh, bruh.
How are they lining up?
Oh, like how you split them apart in half, like this. And an X.
2 by 2, they're still in their homologous pairs. So you're splitting them up 2 by 2. Because these pairs are still connected. So you're splitting them up 2 by 2. So make sure that it is side by side.
Yeah. Bye, Kale.
Okay, where are you going?
After metaphase 1, what is our next step? What is our next step? Anaphase what? Anaphase 1. What happens during anaphase 1?
They split.
How?
All apart again.
In pairs still. They are still in their X's. They are still connected to each other. They still look like the X's at this point.
Bro, I swear to God, this is like this. Or go like this.
This is a guy's phone.
This one looks seamless. long this one is compared to how long?
Can you guys even tell where I cut it? I know.
Mine was better.
Because it's not big. Oh. Look at this one's good. If you want it like a foot away from my face.
Oh, that's how you get them so good.
Mason, you did the
I did.
So we should have 2 X's on each side, correct?
Yes.
And that is metaphase 1. Next step is going to be what?
Anaphase.
Telophase. What?
1.
And what happens during telophase 1?
New cells.
I know.
We make 2 new cells. So how are we going to do that?
Get more gummy worms.
Keep going. Get more going.
Yes, I do.
We're going to make
I got this. Oh no.
2 new cells.
Oh no.
Try to split it down the middle. Mine kind of didn't split down the middle, but split it as well as you can.
Yeah, that's pretty even. Mine is pretty even.
Very nice.
You can't even tell I did anything to it.
Yeah, I made it.
Stop it.
Yep.
Mason is
At this point, you should have 2 separate cells.
I got it.
What do we do after telophase 2? We have 2 separate cells at this point. At the end of telophase 1. 2 different cells. What phase happens after that?
Oh, no.
It is prophase 2. What do we do during prophase 2?
Copy.
We are not copying. Remember, no DNA is copied between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2.
Never mind.
What do we do during prophase 2?
They don't copy.
Correct, they don't copy.
Thank you.
They don't cross over. Right? They don't line up.
Hold on, I don't
What?
They go about normal functions.
They prepare for further division. Nothing really extraordinarily special is happening during this. If you get to college, yes, you're going to have to know some stuff about it. But at this point, we've just split. They're just preparing for further division. So prophase 2 looks pretty much like this. So after prophase 2, what phase are we going to have? Metaphase 2. What does metaphase 2 look like? How do they line up in the middle? Vertically.
I don't want it to touch the table.
They line up vertically. In a line.
I don't have enough wood for that. And then they should have kept the rest in it.
So we've lined up in the middle. What's our next phase after metaphase 2? Anaphase 2. And what happens during anaphase 2? What splits? The X's split apart. We separate the X's.
Hey, stop this one on A, Gray. He's speedy.
Yeah. Wait.
We split them.
Oh, we didn't have enough.
There you
Wait,
go.
Sure. We split them.
Yeah, this one looks like I didn't even care tomorrow.
Look how good I split.
Looks bad.
Because it's not split.
I know it's not because the red
This
and
one
the yellow
is?
naturally go together.
This one is?
Yeah. I can tell because you have a little bit of that pink down the center. In the old
Yeah.
color. After anaphase 2, our last,
Telophase 2.
we get telophase 2. And what happens during telophase 2?
Four cells.
We make new cells.
Daughter cells.
Boom.
Bam, bam, bam. No! Oh.
Undo the four daughters.
At this point, how many cells do we have? We have 4 daughter cells. Now look at the gummy worms in each of the cells. How many of you have cells whose gummy worms look exactly the same as one of your other cells?
No, Mr. Evans.
Nobody has any that looks exactly the same because of what?
Because we split this.
Because of crossing over. When we swapped those parts, they became unique. And then when we separated them, that means that no 2 cells are going to be exactly the same as any other cells. No cell is going to be unique. Each cell is going to be unique because of that crossing over. But you can see we also cut the number of colors in half.
I'm about to get
Each cell, how many different colors of gummy worms did you start with in each of your cells?
4. 2 of each.
How many different colors?
Oh, 16.
You started with 4 different colors of gummy worms.
Yeah.
Well, there's 1, 2, 3,
You
4,
started
5,
with
6, 7,
4
Oh, yeah.
different colors of gummy worms. How many colors does each of these cells have now?
4.
2. You have 2 different colors of the gummy worms.
2 different colors.
Because meiosis makes
Actually, I have to read.
cells that are haploid, which means they have what? Haploid means they only have 1 set of each chromosome, or 1 set of each color. You started with 4, you cut that in half to 2 now. So if you were to combine, if we take Addison's cell and we take Kaylee's cell and combine them, how many different colors would we have?
A lot.
4.
We'd have 4 again. Haploid plus haploid makes the diploid, like the rest of your cells. Same thing with you take one of these, combine it with another one, you would have 4 of your different colors again. And that's why it's important during meiosis that we cut it in half. So that you can get back to 2, then cut it in half, get back to 2 so you're not doubling your chromosomes every single generation. Are we good with that? Wonderful! Then it's time to eat.